Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I have a few notes here to keep me on track so I don't wander off. I'm speaking on behalf of the Circle of Leaders, which is a group of people who is concerned with many things that happen in several counties. The concern that I'm going to speak to have to do with the health impact of having CAFOs in the county, specifically Wycomico County. My concern with the proposed Emergency Act is that it does not address the health concerns. It primarily addresses zoning concerns. And zoning concerns do not, in fact, take into consideration, as far as I can tell from having read the bill some time ago, the effect of CAFOs on residents. The impact of CAFOs on residents, especially children, the elderly, pregnant women, and people with immune deficiencies can be great. And immune deficiencies include people receiving cancer chemotherapy, other chemotherapy, or people who may have AIDS. And this is based on the fact that microorganisms can be included as hazards. Exposure to harmful microorganisms, substances, toxins, whatever we want to call them, can be a reality. Manure especially. And with manure, and let me preface this by saying, I've been in the health profession, I'm a registered nurse for many years, more than I'd like to tell you. With manure, there's concern for GI disturbances, and there's a whole list of microorganisms, pathogenic, harmful bacteria, Salmonella, E. coli, that we've heard about in fruits and vegetables, hamburger, and with some of its devastating effects. With the GI disturbances, and many times people call it the stomach flu, they're not sure, they don't link it to it. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, increased gas, cramping, abdominal cramping. It also can affect people so they have joint and muscle aches and pains. People can have fever. And I remember growing up, maybe eating something bad and just calling it the stomach flu. So many people aren't even aware that they may have had contaminated food. Air pollutants is another concern of mine. And this especially affects the respiratory system. And there are many people here on this eastern shore that already have chronic bronchitis, asthma. When I moved here, the first 6 months I was here, I had a cough. I was coughing up things. I thought I had developed tuberculosis. Since I've been here, almost 30 years, I now have an inhaler that I have to use because of reactive airway disease. The ammonia that comes out of manure can irritate the respiratory tract. People can wind up with chronic bronchitis, decreased lung functioning, especially this is important for children, asthma. The hydrogen sulfide, that rotten egg smell that you get, also can affect the moist mucous membranes in your eyes, in your respiratory tract, in your nose, and be very irritating to people. The particulate matter, a small matter, that can be emanated from some of the emissions. And I'm not an expert in chickens, believe me, so I may use the terms inappropriately. But this particulate matter can come from food, from bedding, from dry manure, and also from poultry feathers. People can wind up again with respiratory problems, such as chronic bronchitis, etc. So although there are many things like odors and flies that also can come from the chicken factories, that's a problem. The current proposal addresses zoning issues, but does not address health issues. It's a good effort, and I assume it was done in good faith, but it falls far short of what we need to address health. So my proposal is that the county council and executive convene as a board of health and further this process by developing a health ordinance and not just zoning.
Thank you, Ms. Mattis. Eddie Johnson.
Ed Johnson, Somerset County. I have two articles I'd like to share with you. Barnyard dust offers a clue to stopping asthma in children. And I only made one copy. Your rules and regulations didn't tell me I needed 10 until I got here.
We can make copies.
I think you can have copies, yeah. All right, the other is a health impact assessment from your own Wycomico County Health Department. The executive summary on page 4. A large volume of research and case studies have supported potential legislative negative effects of CAFOs on neighboring communities. However, this generalization cannot be projected across all CAFO types since few studies have provided data relevant to poultry CAFOs. In conclusion, there is little direct evidence that the proposed project will affect the public health of the environment in the community. So this is from your own health department. If you really, really don't like the way a property is zoned, you always have the option to buy it. And you're going to find the only way you're going to pay for it is either marijuana or chickens.
What?
President Cabinet, council members, I think you've seen my face a few times. But I've given you a copy of there, my written comments. And I'm speaking for myself. Some of you may have seen these comments before because I submitted them to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd like to start by saying that I commend the council and the County Planning and Zoning Office for the work that they conducted over the last 10 months, drafting the proposed bill and listening to the community. Much work went into the council meetings, public forums, and the town hall meeting. The bill, as I read it, establishes setback distances and special county growth requirements for the new poultry houses. It has no impact on existing MDE permitted poultry operations. It is my understanding that health-related issues and paleo-channel contamination potential, two critical issues, are not addressed in the draft bill. These issues will require more work and future resolution. I speak to you today because I'm concerned the central problem remains unsolved. The community's primary concern grew from two proposed poultry operations that will not be required to comply with the new zoning requirements, and indeed would likely not have been allowed without special exception under the new zoning requirements. I think we all are familiar with the two proposed poultry operations I referred to, one on West Road, Naylor Mill Corner, and the other one on the Lebanon Shield, Rock Walker Bridge Corner. Neither of these poultry operations have begun construction. No dirt has been moved. One farm has its operation permit initially issued, and the other seems to be on hold or in redesign status. I have attached a small map if you want to refer to it. I request that the county council and the poultry companies involved, which is Purdue Farms and Tyson Foods, work out a means for the two yet-to-be-built poultry farms inside the Metro Core boundary to be relocated to a different site in the county. I believe until a resolution to this original problem is found for our communities, then our communities will remain divided, and strong opposition to these poultry operations will continue for many years to come, regardless of the passage of this bill. And I'd like to finish by saying, I looked at the drawings for the proposed CAFO on Naylor Mill Road. There will be 2 million chickens grown in 10 houses if it goes forward. That is the largest chicken growing facility in this county. It will be if it goes forward. I can't predict the future. But the draft zoning rules you've proposed here tonight will not apply to the largest CAFO in our county. It just doesn't make any sense. Thank you.
Charles Denton. He just spoke, Mr. Kramer. I'm sorry, Bob James.
I don't need to speak right now. Thank you. Decline.
Linda Orlina Whittington.
My name is Lyle Whittington. I'm from Willards. I have one statement I'd like to present to the council, and that is for health reasons, I ask that the vegetative buffer requirements be made retroactive to apply at least to all CAFOs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Andrew Mitchell.
Could you repeat that, Mr. Kramer?
Andrew Mitchell.